Hi everyone, this video is to help you set up your account for the online book. So I'm going to show you from start to finish what you need to know about our whole online textbook. First you're going to go to Big Ideas Math. You can just Google it, or bigideasmath.com is the website, and it'll take you to this login page. Since you don't have an account yet, you need to set it up. So you're going to click on New to Big Ideas Math the first time you're here. And it'll bring you to this screen, and it's asking you for an access code. That is a code specific to your class, your hour. You need to go to your syllabus, like the information that I gave you at the beginning of the year, or to the website if you want to look it up, to our team website, to my page, and find that code. So I'm going to pull up the syllabus. This is the syllabus that you got at the beginning of the year, and it has a code for each hour. So copy and paste, or write it down so you can type it in. Let's say I'm in first hour and I want to join Miss Wallace's first hour class. Copy that. Then go back here and paste it in and hit next. And it will ask you for your first name, last name, and then a password and your ID number. So I'm going to make an account for Chevy. First name, last name, and then password. This is the password you had at Farms and that you still have here at Ore Creek. That will let you check out books. It'll help you buy hot lunch. It's how you log on to the computers. That password is probably a color, and then a tree, and then a number. So Chevy's password, let's say I looked it up, and his password is capital G for green, dash pine 32. Green pine 32 is his password. So I'll type it in again, capital GREEN dash PINE 32. If you don't remember what this password is for you, ask me. I can look it up for you and then write it down somewhere where you will remember it. Okay, and then student ID. This is the number that's part of your email address. It should be on like your barcode for checking out books. So it's probably a number that starts with like 200. So we'll say Chevy's ID is going to be 2001234. And you type it in. All right, click next, and it will give you your username. Chevy's username is cwallace025. It's your first initial, last name, and then 3 numbers. Most of you might be like cwallace001 or cwallace002, whatever your first initial, last name, and then a 3-digit number. So you need to write this down because you'll need that every time to log in. So I have it written down so I don't forget it. And then next, it'll take you to the login screen. So we have to put in that cwallace025 and the password. So Chevy's password was green dash pine 32 and log in. Okay, this is your dashboard or home screen when you get logged in. We don't need it to remember our password. So the first thing that you're probably interested in is just getting to the online book. So if you click on Student Dynamic Ebook, there's a few things I want to show you. It will give you access, or it'll let you open whatever books you have access to. So that should be your book, the red book or the accelerated book. And it'll open up. And there's a couple ways you can navigate in here. If you know exactly what page you want to go to, you could just type in the page. Like if you want to go to page 215, type it in and it'll take you right to it. If you just want to go to a certain section, you could go to the table of contents and go to chapter 3. Or more specifically, you could go to chapter 3 and then click on the plus sign and right to section 3.4. Okay? You can also have it where you're only looking at one page at a time, or you can change it so you get 2 pages together. Okay, there's a couple things I want to show you about how the sections are set up. Every section is going to have a couple of pages of activities. So here you can see activity 1, 2, activity 3 for this section. If I turn the page, now I have the lesson part, and that goes over vocab and examples, and a little bit of practice that you can do on your own for each example. One thing that's really cool about this online book is with every single example, notice this little icon is like a play button. There is a video, worked out video example that you can watch. So for example, if I click on this play button, it opens a new screen with a video.
Solve the equation c divided by 8 equals -7.
Now this works out the whole example, and it's different from the example in the book, so it gives you extra practice or extra help if you're looking for more practice of things. So I'll close that. We don't need to watch the whole thing. But again, there's one for example 2 and another one for example 3. So every example in the book has a video you can watch that works through and talks through all the steps. So after the lesson, then if I turn the page again, there is the practice, the homework for each section. So it would go again with the next section, activities, and then lessons with the examples with the videos I can watch, and then the practice or the homework. The other thing that's really cool is if I keep going, after every couple sections, there's a quiz. Now this is the page that's directly in your book. You can just do these problems. But something that's neat when you log in and go online, where it says check it out, progress check, bigideasmath.com, this is actually a button. It's actually an icon you can click on, and it opens up more practice for those couple sections, like multiple choice questions. There's some free response questions where you can type in your answers. But the neat thing is if you go to the end and say check your work, it will actually check it for you and tell you which ones you got right, which ones you got wrong, and what the answer should be. So this is a really good place if you're trying to study for a quiz and you need a few more practice problems where you know you'll be able to check and make sure you got them right. Go here. All right, so I'm going to close that. That takes me back to my online book. There's that progress check every couple sections wherever you see a quiz in the book. And if I keep going, so I'm at the end of chapter 3, there's the review. And then there's also a chapter test. So this covers all the sections together, and it has a test practice. So again, this is something I can click on that will open up a new window that has practice of the whole chapter, and I can check it. All right, so I'll close that again too, and I'm going to close my online book, and that takes us back to this like dashboard whenever you first log in. A couple things to show you here. First, apps. You can get the app. If you want to put the app on your phone or your iPad, you can download an app to take you straight to Big Ideas Math without having to log in through the website. The other thing is you can download the ebook. Like if you would rather download it instead of having to have internet access and open it up and load it every time, you can also download it through this page too. Okay. So last thing I wanted to show you, I'm going to go back and I'm actually going to log out because some people have had questions about what if I forget my password. Couple options. First one, there's a button here that says forgot password. So if you are at home and you forgot your password or it's written down at school and you don't have it with you, click this. You do need to know your username. So you have to remember, in Chevy's case, it would be that cwallace025 number. Type that in, cwallace025, next, and it will say that your teacher has been notified. I'll get an email with your new password or a temporary password for you to use so that you can reset it. And as soon as I see that email come in, I will forward it right to you so that you can get logged in. So you would get that email from me, go back to the login, and then log in again. But let's say I didn't check my email, and so I can't forward that to you, or you don't even remember your username. There's always another option, and that is this button that says looking for easy access materials. If you click on that, ignore this part. That's where you would log in if you remembered your username and password. but you can go down here where it says the free Easy Access Home Edition. That's not going to have as many options, and it's going to have ads. So it's not as nice, but it will work in case you can't get logged in. So you say, yep, I want to go to that one. You are going to select Common Core 2014. If it's not selected, Common Core 2014, go. And this jumped to the parent page. Let's go to students, sorry. When you select Common Core 2014, then just pick your book. So you'd pick the red book, and it will give you this version, which isn't quite as nice, but still good enough to get your homework done or study for a quiz if you need to. So those are a few things I wanted to show you about the online book. If you have any questions or trouble logging in, send me an email and I'll try to help you out. Thanks.